you. I hope you're on a good day. Excuse the slightly shiny face. I'm just in the middle of doing some wear test videos for some eye cream that I have been raving about, but thought I'd actually show you how they look after, 14 and a half hours. Anyway, different point. What I wanted to show you here was some of my favourite lipsticks at the moment that I'm wearing, depending on whether I'm feeling sheer, full coverage, etc. There's new releases that might be useful for you to see how they look, and then some classics. So, I don't really have anything on my lips. I've had some lip balm on, I've had lipstick on during the day, so this is going to be a pretty bare review. Anyway, with all of them, I'm going to wear the same lip liner, which is one of my absolute favourites. Like, I've always rated Charlotte Tilbury lip liners, and then the Kylie, who I don't love. Anyway, but her lip liners are insane. They last forever, but they're both quite expensive options. These ones, which are the Maybelline lifter liners, totally live up to the hype. They so live up to the hype. I mean, everyone talked about it on TikTok. They are really worth it. They're a fraction of the cost of the other ones, and they last so well. And they're really creamy. They go on really well. The one thing I would say is they kind of set in place quite quickly. So if you are someone who likes to overline, which I do sometimes, make yourself look a bit fuller in the lip department, you kind of need to work quite quickly. If you put it in the wrong place, you need to move it. Otherwise it's kind of stuck there. And then if you've already done your whole face, you would have to redo parts of it. So that's just a word of warning. Anyway, lips I like. I'm gonna do the lip liner first. I'm gonna be looking in a mirror because I find it easier than trying to see what I'm doing in the camera. So, I always start at the bottom lip first. Don't know why, it's just what I do. And I go around the bottom. I would always advise the lip liner, in the corners, stay on your natural lip line. And if you want to make it look a bit fuller, I slightly go under the lip on the bottom. And then, especially something like this, which obviously, as you can probably tell, a bit darker than my natural colour, I then just kind of rub along the line to try and make sure it's not a really obvious, like, full-on 90s dark lip, just because for me, that's not a vibe. Some people can really pull that look off. I look nuts. Anyway, and then top lip, again, I start at the outer edge and come in, and again, outer edge, stay on the lip, and then I tend to, if I'm going to overline, I overline the top. So, on, and then sort of round off. I would also always advise, when you're doing the top lip, start at the bottom and come up to the top, because it naturally gives you a slightly fuller look. If you start in the middle and come down, I find I tend to make my mouth look smaller. Could just be a trick of the mind, but I think it's true, so yeah. Shallow. Bottom and come up. Totally up to you. Some people like to sort of cover up their Cupid's bow, a little dip at the top. I don't like covering it up, but I also don't like over exaggerating it. So I just try and keep it looking natural. Anyway, that's probably enough waffle. Sometimes depending on what I'm doing, I will slightly fill in the lips with a lip liner. Especially if I'm wearing like a lipstick that's the same colour as the lip liner, because then it just essentially is like putting on a really long-lasting lipstick colour under your lipstick. But because I'm going to be trying on different lipsticks and different and lighter coloured lipsticks, I'm not going to fill in. It's going to look sort of not dark underneath. Anyway, so current lipsticks I'm loving, and I'm going to go from sheer to full coverage. So the first one is, and I apologise, some of them are quite bougie. 1 high street, 3 bougie, is what it is. Clarins lip oil. No, this is not a new thing. This has been around for years. They do about, I want to say about 6 different colours. I have them in, and they're all fruit flavours. So this one is Pitaya 04. I have no idea what a pitaya fruit is, but I've got other ones that are like apricot, which is an orangey toned one, cherry, which is a red toned one. You get the picture. I think there's plum, which is purpley. There's strawberry, which is like pinky red. Anyway, but this I find is the one I sort of go to most, which is this kind of pinky shade. But I love it because it actually, you know, it gives you a really nice shine, like you want from a lip oil. But it is super moisturising, and it's not sticky like a gloss. Obviously, it is a little bit stickier. Yeah, a little bit stickier than a lip balm. You know, if a wind came and threw all my hair on top of my face, obviously it would stick to my lips, but it is nowhere near like a lip gloss. So, as you can see, really nice on its own. Just with some lip liner. Sheeny, it's got a slight pink tint. It also looks really good over lipstick to give some shine. So I will quite often wear this, well, on its own, or over lipstick, especially if it's like a matte lipstick, which is often a bit drying. I will quite often top up with that through the course of the day to kind of bring some life back into my lips. So yeah, so this is one. I'm basically showing you lipsticks that I carry around all the time, because if anyone knows me, they know that my handbag weighs a ton, and that's normally because I have a million lipsticks in it. But these are the 4 that I'm carrying around all the time at the moment. So this is one, and then I'm just going to wipe it off and show the next one. Hopefully that removing all of the lip liner, which I probably have done quite a lot. Then the next kind of level of sheerness, I guess, is another kind of high-end product, but I love these things again. I bought this in the airport last year. No, sorry, earlier this year. Complete impulse purchase. I'd seen them all over the internet and things. And I really like them. It literally has not left my handbag since I bought it in August. So, and this is, as you can probably tell from the very, turn that right up, bougie packaging, Yves Saint Laurent, YSL Beauty. And this is the Love Shine, what? Can I read the tiny writing? Love Shine lip balm. And they come in, there's a few different colours. They're quite sheer, so they're sort of a bit like a cross between a lip balm and a lipstick. And they have a really nice shine to them. So they're not quite as shiny as a gloss, but they are much more shiny than a lip balm, if you know what I mean. So anyway, this colour, which frustratingly, they never put names. I wish YSL put names on their makeup because it's so much easier to identify. This is 62Y600 150. So yeah, good luck finding that one. But it's a really nice kind of pinky. I don't know if you can quite see. It's kind of got a slight sheen to it. I also, full disclosure, I bought another one at the same time, which is more of a sort of more of a lip balm. So it's almost clear, just the slightest pink tint, which I wear more as a lip balm. This one I wear more like a lipstick with lip liner, etc. So it's because it's kind of sheer in a way. You can kind of slap it on. You don't have to be really precise. There we go. So you can see it's got that sort of sheen, a bit like a lip gloss or a lip oil, but it's got more colour than a lip oil. It's got more pigment to it, and it feels so nice. It feels like the sort of creamiest lipstick. And to be fair, given it's quite sheer, it lasts pretty well. I mean, I quite often wear this to work, and you know, if I put it on the train when I'm getting ready, going as ever on the train, much to all the other commuters' horror, this will generally, if I've not eaten or drunk, it'll still be there, you know, well into the morning, if not almost lunchtime, or at least a semblance of the colour will be there, and your lips carry on feeling quite moist. So yeah, really recommend that. It is quite pricey. I always try and buy them on, if I can see them on a deal, or as I say, in the airport when it's on duty free. But it is worth it if you want a nice treat for your lips. It's really good, and they've got lots of colour options. So, right, that's that one. I'm gonna rub it off, and then we go on to the next one. Next one is another bougie one. Sorry, I promise the last one is a high street one, so if you can hold that for that, if you don't want to spend all of your life savings on makeup like I do. So this is the newest addition to my collection, and I ruthlessly was sold this online by some kind of advertising. YouTube knows exactly what what algorithms I want to show. And this came up and I just couldn't resist because I love the story behind it and I am genuinely liking it. So, looks beautiful. It's probably alongside the YSL one. I mean, I'm such a sucker for nice packaging. This is beautiful and it's really, like, it's got that kind of vintage 1920s look, which I love. Really weighty, so it feels like it costs a lot, which it's sort of mid-high end, I would say, price-wise. It's about $39, I think, to buy like this, but would make a really nice present because it looks really cool. It is Lisa Eldridge. Now, I don't know, she's probably, I don't know, to me, I think she's not quite as well known as some, Clarins or YSL, but she's not as well known, but she has some really nice stuff, like it's really nice quality. She's a makeup artist herself, so this is kind of a range that has been, that she's, developed over time. And this one, the reason that I would say was ruthlessly sold this and suckered into buying it, which I do not regret, is that this is one of the first fully recyclable lipsticks, fully. So it's a refillable lipstick, which I love. Charlotte Tilbury does them. I've got several of her kind of, what are they called? Hot lips, I think they're called, which you can refill. But the thing with refillable lipsticks normally, and with all lipsticks, is the actual mechanism that allows you to turn it up, which looks rather sexual when I do it like this. Anyway, is normally plastic. And Lisa Eldridge decided when she wanted to create this, she wanted to create something that was fully recyclable, i.e. no plastic at all. So it's taken her several years, and you can go and watch videos of her talking about it online on her website and things about, how long it took and different prototypes to try and make it work. Anyway, they've managed it. So this whole thing, as I say, this is what it looks like when you buy it. You can buy refills separately. Refills are £25 on their own. So you could, if you want, buy one and then other colours and swap in and out. But when you pull it out, it just sort of slides out. That's what the refill looks like. The whole thing is made of aluminium. So when this is finished, and I buy another one probably to refill, this can just go in your recycling with your tin cans and everything else, which is amazing and very cool. And it just looks lovely as well. So yeah, I bought this. I've got it in this colour, which is Audrey, which is a real kind of 1950s style coral pink, which for me, I really like the kind of peachy pinky colours. I do also, full disclosure, the other colour that she does really well is Ribbon, which is a true classic blue red, very like MAC Ruby Woo in terms of shade, if you know that. Yeah, it's lovely. But anyway, this one I'm wearing a lot at the moment. And again, it is a slightly sheer colour. It's not sort of full, long-lasting pigment. I mean, saying that, it's not bad at lasting, but it doesn't pretend to be a, one you put on in the morning, it's going to be there in the evening. It just isn't, but it does quite well. It, again, feels really nice. It feels quite moisturising, very creamy, slight sheen, as you can see, so it's not matte, but it's not shiny. It feels like what it is, which is kind of a nice high-end, classy lipstick. And it's recyclable, so you feel good about good for the planet, about buying it. I mean, everyone wants that, don't they? And I should add, sorry, I feel like this is an ad for her, which is not meant to be. You can buy them from lots of different shops, but if you get it on her website, which I did, you can get your initials put on the bottom, which is completely pointless, but yeah, I like it. Anyway, on to the last one. I'm going to rub this off. Pretty much off. Yeah, pretty much taking all the lip liner off now, but not bad. So last one, the high street one. So for those of you who don't want to spend huge amounts of money, I really recommend this. This is also quite new into my collection, but I've basically worn it every day since I've had it, and I really like it. And I've been, for instance, at a conference this week, so I've not really been touching it much during the day, and this has lasted really well. So this is the Maybelline Superstay Teddy Tint, and this is in the shade 25, Baby Tea, this is called. And these are, unlike, these are the ones I've been talking about, this is more of a long lasting one, and I would say at the conference it has lasted really well, through eating, drinking, coffee, water, etc. Yeah, I'm really impressed, and I'll put it on and show you, and then I'll just talk a little bit, I suppose, about the pros and cons. So it's a doe foot applicator, unlike some of the others. It's the classic sort of stick, and it goes on really smoothly. So sometimes like some some sort of long-lasting lipsticks feel quite dry, even as you're putting them on. This one is, it's not, it goes on really, really soft, really silkily. It's very much a kind of cream matte sort of lipstick. So it goes on, feels really nice, doesn't feel dry when you put it on, smooth and soft. As I say, it lasts really well. So if you kind of leave it for a bit, doesn't mean you don't have to leave it, you don't have to think about it particularly, just, as long as you don't immediately eat or drink with it. And as long as you don't have lip balm underneath it too much. I mean, I tend to put lip balm on in the morning when I put makeup on, and then before I put lipstick on, I wipe it off just so there's no excess. It will stay. Now, because it is a long-lasting one that stays, over time, it does start to feel drier. Not too dry, and it doesn't crack. So like, as I mentioned earlier, things like MAC Ruby Woo, which is one of the absolute classic, kind of one of the original mattes. They do have in other formulas now, but the matte version, over time that would feel dry, and over the day it would start to crack, and if you then ate, you might end up with sort of having to sort of rub it off quite hard to get it off to then reapply it, because it would be sort of in bits. Well, on my lips anyway. This one doesn't. This one, it feels dry, so I have sort of been putting like perhaps a bit of this over the top later on in the day, and I don't want to sort of take it all off, but just make my lips a bit moist, but not ridiculous. Like, it's not a horrible feeling, it just is a bit dry once the afraid is, but the colour does last all day, I would say. For the last few days when I've been at this conference, I would say definitely it's lasted well. Like, it looks whole. I'd say a good like 5-6 hours. Without too much difficulty, at least, and that's then when I've probably then eaten and had lunch and things, and it's therefore worn off a bit. So yeah, those are my current favourites. Highly recommend all of them. I promise the next video I do will feature more on the high street, less on the high end, because I have mixtures of everything. I always have both, and yeah, I definitely will find more of the affordable end, because why not? It's fun. Anyway, any questions as ever, let me know, and otherwise have a lovely evening. Bye.